From our studio in our office at the corner of 8th and Walton in Bentonville, Arkansas, welcome to Saturday Morning Meeting, brought to you in part by Dun & Bradstreet Credibility Corp., the leading provider of credit and credibility solutions for businesses. Saturday Morning Meeting covers Walmart, Sam's Club, and the consumer product companies that are represented on the racks and shelves throughout the country and around the world. Our focus is on the insights, trends, and best practices to help you as a supplier grow your business with the world's largest retailer. I'm Andy Shook, and thanks for joining us. You said how much you liked the Swimming in a Sea of Data segment with John James of Acumen Brands, and we listened. Now, if you didn't catch it last time, we have it here for you today. Is it turkeys, pies, or buckled hats? Today, we'll learn what consumers are talking about this holiday season with Lauren Hayes and Matthew Seubert of DataRank. But first, the headlines. Walmart's been taking an aggressive approach to 2014 holiday sales, but a recent decision still caught some folks by surprise. Forbes.com reports that Walmart is telling store managers to match Amazon's prices. This is a departure from Walmart's previous refusal to match the online retailer's discounts. Customers won't even have to bring proof of Amazon's price with them to Walmart. Those store managers have to approve price matching where there's a difference of over $50. Unfortunately, thrifty Walmart customers aren't the only people excited about Walmart's new price matching policy. E-commercebytes.com reports that scammers are taking advantage of the retailer by posing as third-party sellers on Amazon and then offering ridiculously low prices on popular high-end items such as Xbox. The scammer, along with everyone else who sees the Amazon listing, then visits a local Walmart and asks the manager to match the price. It isn't clear right now what Walmart plans to do about this situation. We'll keep you posted. Just when you thought Walmart had outdone itself with price matching, another press release comes along to show you just how serious Walmart is about not being undersold. Walmart announced that it's matching competitors' Black Friday deals starting a week before Black Friday. The deals were announced this past Thursday and are valid through November 27th or as long as supplies last.
We're lucky enough to have with us today Dr. John James, the CEO of Acumen Brands, best known for Country Outfitter. It's one of the fastest growing e-commerce companies in the country. He's been described as a digital savant and someone that sees the matrix. John, thanks for coming today. Really appreciate you having us.
Thanks for having us, Jeff.
You bet. Tell us a little bit about your background and what you do.
So I'm a doctor by training, of course. Most retail magnates are. Started Acumen Brands about 4 or 5 years ago in an old dilapidated doctor's office. And I remember the vision was to build $1 billion e-commerce company in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Just a small dream, right?
Just a small dream, no delusions of grandeur at all. And 2 people believed in me, my co-founder, Terry Turpin, and you. So when you asked me to come on, I said, hey, here we go. And so, you know, 3 years into this process, we've raised about $101 million of venture capital. Probably, what, 90% of all the venture capital that's been raised in Arkansas in the last decade.
No doubt
so
about it.
Pretty humbling ride. We've grown from 5 to about 215 people in 3 or 4 years, and it's been crazy. Well,
it's been a fantastic thing to watch, no question about it, and definitely something that's impactful. You are very much a data-driven guy. In fact, I've heard you say on repeated occasions, "In God we trust," and all others bring data. You know, Deming's quote. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how that sort of a mindset has informed what you've done in merchandising.
So merchandising, so which brands to carry, it's just an exercise in looking at likes and interests of the people that are fans and our shoppers. Sure. And so one real good example of that is how we started our private label brands. So we have about 7 million fans on Facebook, and so it gives us an opportunity to really run things by people in real time and analyze the data.
Harness the power of the crowd.
Oh, absolutely, and move quicker. So imagine our industry. So most of the players in our industry are pretty old school. So when they design a boot, it's a bunch of dudes in cowboy hats sitting around like, yeah, little Missy, she'd like to wear this. And we do it differently. So what we do is we take a bunch of designs, show it to the 7 million people, and let them vote on them. The ones that are great, we make. The ones that aren't, we don't make. And they are left on the cutting room floor.
So your probability of having a product that you can sell at the right price is increased significantly by having that kind of knowledge.
It's not even fair. So you push 250 products out, you take your top 25 on likes, so you're basically picking your top 10%. And we can actually tell you which of the 25 that we pick is going to be the best seller, and so it's really easy to inventory and build in real time. So it's fast fashion, the way Zara would do it, applied over to cowboy boots.
You guys were pretty early in capturing this whole idea of Southern lifestyle trend and whatnot. I mean, how have you capitalized on that, and how long do you think that trend will last?
You know, who knows how long it'll last. Sure. It's been a fun ride. We're either lucky or good. I like to think we're a little bit of both. But, you know, when we started Country Outfitter, it was really an exercise in data mining as well. So there were 135,000 searches every month for cowboy boots. The competition was good, not great. And, you know, there were 18.2 million women that either liked horses or country music or rodeo on Facebook. So we saw a perfect opportunity for Greenfield, and here we sit.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's remarkable. And I know you also do a lot of A/B testing. Can you talk a little bit about how data informs A/B testing, how that works, and adds competitive advantage?
So you look at A/B testing, and every e-commerce company worth their salt does some portion of it. I think we do it a little bit differently. So A/B testing in the past is really around what I call harvesting demand. So someone searches on Google, they come into your site, and then they enter a logical linear flow. And so how you A/B test down that funnel is getting to be best practice in most companies. We do it a little differently because we are really instead of harvesting demand, we're creating demand. You know, with 11 million email addresses and 7 million Facebook fans, we're doing push content. So the way we A/B test what we push, why we push it, when we push it, it's pretty remarkable. There's a lot of secret sauce built in. I think
you guys have become a leader in that space.
We have. I bet we're probably the leader in social commerce. You hear about you know, BuzzFeeds of the world and Upworthy and the ones that are just really taken off in a content space. We're doing the same thing, applying the same principles to e-commerce.
That's amazing. And what about personalization? How does the data and the data access drive that aspect of the business?
Yeah, so you look at most e-commerce companies, and they're still back in its batch and blast is what we call it. So we've got 11 million subscribers. All of them would get the exact same email under this paradigm. And it just seems moronic. So what we do is we take the user's interest, we take their location, we take whether they're male or female. We take this huge matrix of tens of thousands of different variables and hone an email creative, a social creative that comes out to them, and they love it. It's
a rifle shot versus a shotgun blast.
You got it. Yeah, and how do you fire 11 million rifle shots rather than one 11 million piece shotgun? Yeah, it's hard. It's big data.
What about social media and social advertising? How does all that fit in the picture?
So what we've built is basically a hedge fund for ad buying. So yeah, it actually started with me uploading basically a 1,000,000-line pivot table from my basement into Facebook's nascent ad platform. And now we have it all algorithmically driven, based off your interests, based off where you are, based off what you've done in the past. And we know the value of a click better than anybody else. So if you're worth 58 cents to us, we pay no more than 58 cents. If you're worth 97, we'll bid up to that and get all the traffic we can. That's
remarkable. I mean, it's really a clear example of how to use data, and the knowledge that comes with that is a competitive advantage. Yeah. It's pretty significant. John, thanks so much for coming in this week. Really appreciate it. And be sure to watch Swimming in a Sea of Data next week. Stay tuned for more of the Saturday morning meeting. It will continue shortly.
Every day, shoppers are bombarded with traditional brand messages outside the store in hopes that these marketing dollars will drive in-store sales. Closure Media drives retail sales by connecting brands with 95 million Walmart shoppers per year while they are in the store. Through innovative programs at Walmart's photo and money centers, Closure Media converts Walmart shoppers to purchasers of your brand. With reported redemption rates up to 7 times the national FSI average, Closure Media drives sales. For more info, visit us at closuremedia.com.
This is Retail Insights with Henry Ho from Field Agent. Henry, welcome.
It's good to be here, Andy.
Black Friday.
Yes.
It's almost here, and you've been tracking Black Friday, kind of paying attention to Black Friday for years, but what are you doing differently in 2014?
We're doing something really, really exciting. It's a little bit like Santa tracking.
Santa tracking?
Santa tracking, you know. It's the season. It's the #1 shopping day in America, and that's Black Friday. And so we're putting together a live Black Friday scorecard to let everybody who wants to know what's going on out there in retail as well as online.
So when you say a live scorecard, how does that work?
we are sending out thousands of agents across the country and asking them where are they going to spend their first dollars on Black Friday. And it starts...
So you're going to have it, it's going to be immediate. You're going to have it right away.
It's live. And so starting on Thursday at 6 p.m., after everyone's had plenty of turkey, right? We're going to ask them where are they online and where are they spending their first dollars.
So they'll be in the stores, and then they'll take pictures, or what are they going to do?
They'll be sending live photos from where they are and answering a few questions. And so our audience, both retailers, manufacturers, consumers, and the media, will have an immediate response to what's going on in Black Friday in retail.
So Henry, I'm at Walmart, or I'm at another retailer, or I'm a supplier. How do I find out about this, or how do I get connected with it?
What you do is you sign up on our countdown page. It's called Black Friday Scoreboard.com.
BlackFridayScoreboard.com.
And so anyone who's interested in understanding when it's going live, we'll send you a notification through email and say, hey, we're now live, and you can get on and start tracking what's going on.
Exciting. BlackFridayScoreboard.com. Everybody needs to be there. Henry, thank you so much for coming in today. Saturday morning meeting. We'll be right back.
Bentonville Commerce, less than 1 mile from the Walmart home office. You'll love the convenience, amenities, and customized options Bentonville Commerce offers. For more information, call 479-659-1260 today.
Today I'm here with Lauren Hayes and Matthew Seubert of DataRank. Welcome.
Hi, Andy. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys. So DataRank's been on the show a few times, but for those viewers who don't know what DataRank is all about, tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're what you'd kind of call a social listening company. We're aggregating and collecting the millions of conversations happening online every day. And primarily
Twitter and Facebook and...
Yep, Twitter, Facebook, e-commerce, your image sites like Instagram and Pinterest, as well as more niche sites like forums where people are hobbyist cooking or talking about their aquariums or their favorite sports.
Or craft beer.
Or craft beer? Okay, well, it's kind of like going to a party and kind of listening in on all the conversations about what's going on?
Absolutely. We have one of the funnest jobs in the world. Basically, we read Twitter all day, so.
And in a lot of ways, for the vendor community, it's like standing outside of a Walmart and trying to listen to what people are saying about what detergent they bought or what Thanksgiving products they might be getting.
Okay. Wow. So I'm assuming that this helps suppliers in understanding why people are buying their products and how they're, especially if they're launching a new item or something like that. I would assume that this type of information really helps them.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're working with folks in the supplier community to do, for example, if you bring a new product into market, helping understand what's that first read. So you may not yet get your sales data, but you can get a qualitative understanding of, are consumers understanding how to use this makeup product, or are they using it in the right combination? Are they liking it? Is the advertising? Yeah. Right. Are they sharing it? And are you going to get that increased size of pie in your category because you've sort of gone viral, both in the store and online? Wow.
So you've been listening to what consumers are talking about this holiday season, which Thanksgiving products are kind of getting the mention this year. What's happening?
Well, unsurprisingly, turkey is one of our biggest mentions.
There you go. It is Thanksgiving. Yep.
So we've seen in our data that we pull about Thanksgiving purchases, different Thanksgiving shopping, all these things that people are talking about related to the holiday. About 14% of that data relates to the turkey. So people are really focusing on turkey as the centerpiece of the meal. It is super important that you have the exact right bird, the exact size you want, the exact style. And that has been really, really cool in the data. Another thing that we're really seeing is that 5% of conversation is talking about pie. So people are really focusing on
have pie.
Exactly.
So what's been the #1 pie? Pumpkin?
Definitely pumpkin, hands down. You can't have Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie, right?
I wouldn't think so. I can't imagine that.
But we've also seen mentions of pecan, apple, all the different kinds of fall pies that you might have. It's been cool, though, because people definitely have that collective sweet tooth out there. So it's been a really interesting thing to see that.
So the data that you guys are collecting right now, does that correlate with heavily promoted products as well?
Yes, absolutely. So maybe in stores, people are pairing condensed milk and pumpkin shells, and all of that will be together in the store, and people are really picking up on that, how easy it is to find their pumpkin pie products so that they can just pick it all up at once.
That's an interesting statement when you talk about how easily it is to find,
exactly.
right? And do you guys actually pick up on that as well? Like when customers shop a store or a certain location and they find like a baking center and they say, oh, everything was here.
Yes, absolutely. So that's something that we really focus on, is trying to figure out the shopper experience in a store. So how are people finding things? Where in the aisle is the best place to put something? What kind of combinations of items are people buying together that you might be able to place in a store together?
Okay.
So just stuff like that is really cool to see.
Awesome. Well, anything surprise you this year?
Yeah, so one thing that I found that I thought was really surprising was just the outpouring of volume around pumpkin spice. So we all know about the pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin spice coffee, but this year we've really seen pumpkin spice take off in terms of what it's applied to. So we have the pumpkin spice yogurt, pumpkin spice marshmallows.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay, so it's expanded into some of these different
Oh, yeah,
people are
absolutely.
talking about that.
And it's not even just food. There's also pumpkin spice candles, pumpkin spice air freshener, all kinds of stuff. So pumpkin spice has really become the centerpiece of the fall scents or flavors, and I think that that's really been cool. And there's actually been a sort of, it's taken on almost a funny approach since it is so ubiquitous now. So we've seen almost 300,000 mentions of that, which has been really interesting.
Wow, that's amazing. So, and what types of trends have you guys noticed? What's happening as far as trends go?
So one thing we've really seen as far as Thanksgiving is concerned is that the traditional Thanksgiving is ubiquitous across the country. So having that turkey, pie, cranberry sauce, going to grandma's house, that is the holiday in a nutshell, which is super interesting because you might see in other holidays a more varied approach.
Sure, like at Christmas time, you can have hams and you can do different things, but for some reason, Thanksgiving by itself has certain traditions that people don't step away from. Yeah. Okay, well, before we get into this year, you know, how it's doing compared to last year, we're going to take a little break. Saturday morning meeting, we'll be right back.
I walk in every day and I just take a deep breath and I'm like, I can't believe where it's gone, where it's come to. Blood, sweat, and tears, and then some, everything to build the company where it's at. I'm Billy Westbrook, and Scrub Blade is an idea I had. I wondered, why don't wiper blades scrub your windshield? If they're going back and forth, why don't they scrub the windshield while they're doing it? You know, I was making barely any money to survive. I was living on an air mattress at a friend's house, completely stripped down to nothing. It's just me. I was like, I'm going to give this 100% and see what happens with it. And that was in 2006. It's 2014 now, and I've never stopped. In the journey of Scrub Blade, we had a huge opportunity to do a big test with Walmart. And if I would have worked all those 8 years and neglected my business credit, I wouldn't have had the biggest opportunity of our journey. Dun & Bradstreet Credibility is a huge partnership for Scrub Blade. They share the knowledge really well, go through your credit rating with you and explain what this means and what that means. We're starting a big test with AutoZone, and I mean, they're the largest automotive retailer in the world. It's going to take our company to the next level and beyond. What drives me, what keeps me going, is my family. Yeah. My job is to take care of my family, and it gives me a lot of pride to know that I can do that. And at the same instance, Dun & Bradstreet Credibility is taking care of me, or my entity, Scrub Blade. I mean, it's still a small company, but big in my eyes. We want to have fun with it. We want to bring people in along for the journey. You know, life's a journey. Get a clearer view. That's what Scrub Blade's tagline is, and it means everything.
Retail Solutions is the market leader helping advance reporting and analytics with Walmart suppliers around the globe. We manage the data for you, automate data integration, attribution, and reports, and then help you focus on activities that will drive the most value. To do this, RSI works with you to perform a business value assessment to identify the largest value opportunities in your business. If improving results in sales through better insights and execution and efficiencies are important to you, contact RSI today.
And we're back. So we've talked about trends in popular products, but how are we doing overall? What's the sentiment going into the holiday season this year?
Yeah, so we looked at a couple metrics here, both kind of looking at how are people talking about this holiday season, as well as how they're talking about their budgets this year. And we're really seeing...
In a negative or a positive way?
We're actually seeing a lot more positive conversation.
Really?
With mentions of people who are opening up their wallets for this holiday season, outnumbering those that are kind of closing them up or shrinking them.
Well, that's great news for suppliers and for Walmart and other retailers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we're definitely seeing folks saying, I'm going out for this new item this year, getting the Xbox for my son, or the Playhouse for my daughter.
Probably been a few years. They need another new one, don't they?
Yeah, I think they've been hoarding a little bit. They've been using every last bit out of that toy, and they're trying to get a new one. No more mileage left. So
great. So how are the numbers this year compared to last year?
Yeah, so sort of what we tracked there was that excitement and discussion around Black Friday. So for our viewers who may have seen DataRank last year.
Okay, so what is Black Friday this year? I don't quite understand it yet, and I don't know what you're seeing as far as the data goes. Are the consumers somewhat confused with what Black Friday is or isn't? I mean, it used to be just one day, right? There was that one day that you knew you had to beat everybody else to the store, and now it's turned into like Black Month or something. I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Well, I think retailers would love for it to be Black Month, but there's certainly, and we see that conflict between that hope for the traditional Norman Rockwell Thanksgiving and the desire to get that awesome 50-inch television at the lowest price possible.
Yes, yeah.
And we're seeing more of that conversation than ever, debating, am I going to abandon the guests and head to Target or Walmart this year to get that new Vizio? And that conversation is really increasing since 2012 into 2013 and again into this year.
Well, and I get different retailers are doing different things on Black Friday. They're opening up at different times. Some are opening up right after Thanksgiving dinner, or what we traditionally would, have the Thanksgiving dinner. What else has happened with that you're seeing?
Yeah, so really seeing the different retailers starting to engage with their consumers. Earlier, absolutely.
Okay.
So this year we really saw a big hitch in terms of retailer-driven conversation coming after November 11th. So really kind of coming out of Veterans Day, a change in that messaging to start focusing on upcoming deals, starting to communicate, hey, if you come at 7 p.m., this is the deal we are likely to get.
And are consumers responding better to that than they did last year?
I think we're definitely still seeing some confusion around it.
Okay.
And we're definitely seeing more than ever that debate of should retailers be open on Thanksgiving and the impact that may have either on employees or just how people are viewing their holiday. But that being said, we definitely continue to see a lot of excitement around deals, around getting those opportunities to get a better
Everybody
product.
loves that day,
Oh, yeah.
almost as much as eating the turkey. Okay, so you did a blog post for 8th and Walton on Halloween social listening. And mentioned that out-of-stock products was an issue with Halloween. Consumers were unhappy when they got there, things were out.
Right.
Is this a problem for Thanksgiving? What's happening with Thanksgiving this year as far as out-of-stocks?
Well, we haven't quite seen any out-of-stock products yet, considering it's a week away. But we have seen a lot of smart shoppers getting out early, stocking up on their Thanksgiving necessities. So getting that canned pumpkin, getting the canned cranberries, all of those things.
The staples, the ones they know they have to have.
Exactly. All of those
Maybe
holiday
waiting for the fresh produce and stuff until they get a little closer.
Well, we would hope.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so people have really been going out, stocking up early in preparation for those potential running outs or like being out of stock. So that's been really interesting to see in the data.
So what happened with Halloween? What happened with Halloween? Were you guys a part of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of what we see are consumers who are getting to the store, and I think some of our examples were they were going in and wanting those cookies with the painted pumpkins on them, or the flying witch, and just excited that nostalgia, that love of that product, and then not finding it.
Okay.
And we tend to see a lot of that conversation when a consumer can't find what they're looking for. They'll tweet it out. They'll let their network know, hey, I can't find this product that I was really excited or that I need to have for this holiday season.
So that's a learning maybe for Walmart and for other retailers that, hey, these are items that are so important to people, especially because of the nostalgia that's associated with it. And hopefully they'll be able to eliminate as many of those out of stocks as possible for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Absolutely.
Based on what they've learned.
And when you look at those
Halloween.
seasonal goods, it's where you just get that extreme variability that poses challenges for the retailer.
So after all this listening, you probably have some advice for suppliers. What advice do you have for suppliers this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So we definitely see folks getting excited about that traditional Thanksgiving, and particularly coming from sites like Pinterest and Instagram, where images are really leading that aspirational holiday. So instead of looking to that Norman Rockwell painting of everyone around the table, they may be saying, I want that perfect turkey bird that I saw on Pinterest and that I pinned to my wall, that I pinned to my board, and that I want for sure.
And if they were on Pinterest, they probably learned exactly how to cook it correctly, right?
Yep.
There had been some recipe on there or some way of doing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully so, but I'm sure we'll hear as well if they end up with a blackened turkey.
Well, you know what? Talking about all of this holiday food has gotten me excited about Thanksgiving. I'm sure you guys are as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'll bet you can't. I bet that Friday after that, you guys will be able to. Is that like crazy days for you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
With all the data that's coming in?
Oh gosh, we'll be getting millions of comments around Black Friday, and we're definitely excited to see what categories are winning this year, what are increasing from last year.
Well, hey, thank you so much, Lauren, Matthew, for coming in today. We really appreciate it. Saturday morning meeting, we'll be right back.
K-Stack, the leader in collaborative retail consolidation programs. We offer the supply chain expertise needed to navigate the challenges of selling products with the world's largest retailers. And we provide customers with a customizable, scalable, environmentally sustainable supply chain with the same advanced technology typically used by larger rivals. By leveling the playing field, K-Stack lowers distribution costs and increases overall margins. K-Stack, retail logistics is what we do.
I'm here today with Matt Waller, Chief Data Scientist for Orchestro and Chair of the Department of Supply Chain Management at the University of Arkansas. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you.
Hey, it's good to have you here. So, what are you here for today?
We're here to talk about promotions and promotional management.
Promotional management. Every supplier needs to know this.
They do, because many suppliers spend as much as 20% of their revenue on promotions, if you can believe that.
20%?
Yeah. And to make matters worse, over half of them, research shows that over half of them are not effective.
So all of this money that they're spending, they're not effective. So how do they make them more effective?
Well, to make them more effective, they've got to execute better. But the problem is they don't see them as an investment like they do other things. You know, many other investments have to meet a particular ROI to be funded. But many times promotions are decided upon without a clear ROI target.
So what should a supplier be looking for then when they're running these promotions?
Well, for one thing, they've got to be able to forecast the promotion. How much will the promotion cause a lift? But also they have to make sure that they have the right product in the right place at the right time, in the right quantity. And they have to be able to measure it from start to finish. They have to define the promotion, track it, and
It sounds like we're coming back to analytics again.
We are. This is all about analytics and collaboration and communication.
How do those all work together, though?
Well, you need a system that's able to, one, forecast the promotion, but two, that really allows you to say, what is the promotion? Where will it be executed? When will it start? When will it finish? How much inventory is required? These kinds of things.
Matt, that's some great information for our suppliers. Saturday morning meeting, we'll be right back.
Bentonville Plaza, across the street from the Walmart home office. The best office location offers proximity and services like no other business complex in the area. Call 479-659-1260 today.
Our thanks to all of today's guests. In the upcoming weeks, we'll speak with Ken Simpson of Clorox. He tells us his key learnings from a Clorox event targeted toward the Hispanic consumer. And next week, we bring you another special. It's on shopper marketing and holiday promotions, presented by an all-star cast within the Walmart community. They provide insights, strategies, and examples to best connect with the holiday shopper. As always, we appreciate your taking the time to join us. If you have questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. I'm Andy Shook, and from all of us at Saturday Morning Meeting, thanks for watching. Our guests enjoy staying at 21C Museum Hotel and hosting dinners, meetings, and product launches there.